Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive with us.
Always a pleasure.
We love to dig into these online courses and programs that promise to unlock the secrets to online income, right?
Yeah, we try to separate the hype from the reality, see if there's actually some substance behind those big claims.
Exactly. So today we're taking a look at something called Recurring Royalties AI by a guy named Dave Espino.
Intriguing title. I'm already curious.
Me too. It sounds futuristic and kind of cool, right? Like AI writing books for you.
Yeah, definitely plays into that whole passive income dream.
Exactly. And specifically, this program is all about using AI to create and sell low-content books on Amazon KDP.
Okay, so before we go any further, let's break that down a bit for our listeners who might not be familiar with all the jargon. What exactly are low-content books?
Right, good point. So imagine things like journals, planners, coloring books, maybe even puzzle books.
Ah, got it. Books that provide a structure or a framework, but the main content is filled in by the buyer.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And the sales page for this program really emphasizes that these types of books are super popular on Amazon.
Which makes sense, right? They're practical, they can be personalized, and they often make great gifts.
Exactly. So there's definitely a market for it. But how does AI fit into all of this?
Well, that's what we're going to explore. The sales page makes some pretty bold claims about AI being a game changer for creating these low-content books.
Yeah, it talks about how AI can help you brainstorm ideas, generate content, even design layouts way faster than you could ever do manually.
Streamlining the process, basically. Like, instead of spending hours coming up with journal prompts, you could have AI do it for you in minutes.
Yeah. And Dave emphasizes that this isn't about replacing human creativity. It's more about using AI as a tool to boost your productivity and free up your time for the more strategic aspects of the business.
Okay, so it's about working smarter, not harder. But of course, we have to be realistic here. Is AI really the magic solution it's often made out to be, or are there potential pitfalls we need to be aware of?
Exactly. And that brings us to the other big piece of the puzzle, Amazon. Dave's program is all about selling these AI-generated books on Amazon KDP.
Yeah, tapping into that massive marketplace with millions of potential buyers.
Right. But we all know that selling on Amazon can be incredibly competitive, right? And Amazon has its own rules and fees that can eat into your profits.
Absolutely. So how does Dave address those challenges in his program? Does he provide any guidance on navigating the Amazon ecosystem effectively?
That's a great question. And that's something we're going to dive into as we continue our deep dive. But first, I think it's important to learn a bit more about Dave himself. Who is this guy? What's his background? And can we trust him as an expert in this field?
Yeah, let's establish some credibility here. Because anyone can make big promises online, right? But do they actually have the experience and the track record to back it up?
Right. And luckily for us, the sales page provides some insights into Dave's background. So let's dig into that next. Welcome back to our deep dive, everybody.
Ready to uncover some more about Recurring Royalties AI.
Absolutely. Last time we got the lowdown on low-content books, the whole AI thing, and how Amazon factors into all of this.
The million-dollar question, though, is can you really make recurring income with this system?
Right. That's what we're here to figure out. Because the sales page definitely paints a pretty rosy picture, doesn't it?
Yeah, it talks about royalties rolling in and earning while you sleep. Sounds pretty tempting.
It does. But let's try to separate the marketing hype from the actual strategy here. What does Dave actually mean by recurring royalties?
Well, the way I understand it, he's saying you can build up a portfolio of these low-content books, and each book becomes like a little income stream, generating royalties over time.
Okay, so it's not just a one-time sale. It's about creating assets that keep earning for you. But is that really realistic?
I mean, it's not impossible. Think about it. Once you've created a book and listed it on Amazon, it has the potential to keep selling.
Right, as long as people are actually interested in buying it.
Yeah.
So it comes down to picking the right types of books and marketing them effectively.
Exactly. And that's where Dave's system supposedly comes in. He claims to have a 4-step process for achieving this recurring royalty dream.
Okay, I'm all ears. What are these 4 magical steps?
Well, step 1 is all about finding the winners. Basically identifying profitable niches and types of low-content books that are already selling well on Amazon.
Ah, so it's not just about throwing any old book out there and hoping for the best. There's some research involved.
Definitely. You got to do your homework. Step 2 is where AI takes center stage. It's all about creating your books fast. Dave promises to teach you how to use those fancy AI tools to generate content, design layouts, and format everything quickly.
Which makes sense, right?
Oh,
Because if AI can speed up the creation process, that means you can create more books, potentially leading to more income.
right. Time is money, as they say. Now, step 3 is about listing your books on Amazon. And this isn't just about uploading a file, it's about optimizing your listings, choosing the right keywords, writing compelling descriptions, and creating eye-catching covers.
So it's like, even if you have a great book, you still need to know how to present it properly so that people actually find it and want to buy it.
Absolutely. Presentation is key. And then finally, step 4, the moment of truth, start making sales.
And this is where the recurring part comes in, right? The idea is that once your books are up and running, they can generate sales passively without you having to constantly hustle.
That's the dream anyway. But we got to be realistic. Nothing is truly passive, is it? There's always going to be some level of effort involved.
Right, like keeping an eye on your listings, making updates, maybe even marketing your books from time to time.
Exactly. But the idea is that you're building a system that can generate consistent income with less ongoing effort than a traditional job or business.
Okay, that's starting to make more sense. But even with all these steps and strategies, I'm still a bit skeptical. Are there any red flags we should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, good question. I think it's important to look at what the sales page is not saying as well as what it is saying. So let's put on our critical thinking caps and dive into that next.
And we're back for the final part of our deep dive into Recurring Royalties AI.
We've uncovered quite a bit about this program, haven't we? From low content books to the potential of AI, and then, of course, the always interesting world of Amazon.
Yeah, it's been a journey, that's for sure.
But now comes the fun part, putting on our skeptical hats and seeing if this program lives up to the hype.
Right, because we've all seen those sales pages that promise the moon and the stars.
Oh, yeah. Make money in your sleep, quit your job tomorrow, all that jazz.
So let's take a closer look at Recurring Royalties AI and see if there are any red flags waving at us.
Okay, first up, the sales page definitely emphasizes the passive income angle pretty heavily.
Yeah, it talks about creating royalty machines and earning money effortlessly.
But as we all know, there's no such thing as truly passive income.
Right. Every business takes work, even if you're leveraging AI and selling on a platform like Amazon.
Exactly. So while the program might streamline certain tasks, it's important to be realistic about the effort involved.
I think that's a good point to remember for any online business venture, really.
Absolutely. There's no magic button to make you rich overnight.
And to be fair to Dave, he does emphasize the importance of learning and applying his strategies.
Yeah, he's not promising instant riches, more like providing a system and guidance based on his own experience.
Okay, so it's more about working smarter and leveraging tools, but still putting in the work.
And I think that's a healthier approach in the long run.
Agreed. What about the claims of scaling fast? How realistic is that?
Well, scaling any business takes time and strategy. It's not just about creating more books. It's about creating the right books, targeting the right audiences, and constantly adapting to the market.
So maybe scaling fast is a bit of an overstatement.
Perhaps. But I think what Dave is highlighting is the potential for growth inherent in this model. Once you have a proven system, you can replicate it and expand to new niches.
That makes sense. It's more about building a sustainable business over time.
Exactly. And speaking of sustainability, one thing that stood out to me was the no questions asked 30-day money-back guarantee.
Oh yeah, that definitely caught my eye too.
It's a pretty strong signal of confidence in the program. It basically removes the risk for potential buyers.
Yeah, you can try it out and see if it's a good fit for you without any financial pressure.
And if it's not your cup of tea, you can get your money back.
So no harm, no foul, right?
Exactly. And I think that's a good sign. It shows that Dave believes in the value he's offering.
Okay, so after all this deep diving, what's the final verdict? Is Recurring Royalties AI the golden ticket to passive income?
I'd say it's more like a potential pathway, not a guaranteed ticket. The program seems to offer a solid framework, valuable tools, and expert guidance, especially with those bonus courses on Amazon KDP and prompt engineering.
Yeah, those bonuses are a nice perk, especially for beginners.
But ultimately, your success depends on you, right? On your effort, your willingness to learn, and your ability to adapt.
Right. No program can guarantee success. You got to put in the work.
So, to wrap things up, if you're interested in the idea of using AI to create low-content books and build an income stream on Amazon, this program might be worth checking out.
Yeah. But as always, do your own research, be realistic about your expectations, and most importantly, be ready to put in the effort.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, that wraps up another deep dive. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of Recurring Royalties AI.
And remember, whether you decide to try this program or not, the most important thing is to keep learning, keep exploring, and keep pushing towards your goals.
Absolutely. See you next time for another deep dive.
Until then, stay curious.